In this exercise, we're given the following tax scenario. The Millers are a married couple with a combined income of $45,200. They have one child with a health condition and can claim this list of deductions that I'm not going to read out loud. They can claim a $2,000 child tax credit and are eligible for an earned income credit of $391. All right. So the first thing that we need to do in this problem is figure out whether the Millers will use the standard deduction or itemize their deductions. Now, a little further up the screen, we're given 2020 tax information to use in answering this question. If you're watching this in the future, you might see slightly different numbers here. That's okay, you're working with another tax year. The only difference is what actual arithmetic you'll do. So, the Millers are a married couple. We're going to use the married filing jointly columns for all of our information here. If they itemize deductions, they can claim all of these. So their itemized deductions they would have $5,000 plus $6,000 plus $2,250 plus $12,000. That adds up to $25,250. Now, the standard deduction for a married couple filing jointly would be $24,800. Since this is more, they want to use this. They will use itemized deductions. So their combined income, that is their gross income, is $45,200. There are no adjustments that we've been told about, so there are no adjustments. And a deduction of $25,250, which means that their taxable income is $45,200 minus their deduction of $25,250 is $19,950. That's the taxable income, which is the second thing we're asked for. Next, we want to compute their taxes owed. So $19,950 just barely noses them up into the 12% bracket. We'll have most of their income in the 10% bracket, a little bit in the 12. The 10% bracket starts at 0. The 12% bracket starts at $19,750. The 10% bracket ends at $19,750. And the Miller's income ends at 19,950. So in order to use this for calculations now, well, we'll take the percents and divide them by 100 to get decimals. So L1 divided by 100, we'll store it in L1. Right, I've just converted all of the rates to percents. And then we want to find out how much income is in each bracket. That's L3 minus L2. And we'll store that in L2. So $19,750 of their income is in the 10% tax bracket. The last 200 is in the 12%. And then I'm going to take the sum of the percents in L1 times the differences in L2. And their taxes owed, are they $19.99? Well, before credits, is $1,999. However, the Millers are eligible for 2 tax credits. A $2,000 child tax credit and an earned income credit of $391. What earned income credit is if your income is below a certain threshold, you get an extra income tax credit, essentially as an incentive to have a job. So, child tax credit, earned income credit. What do credits do? They subtract from the taxes owed. So we take that $19.99 minus the $2,000 child tax credit minus the $391 earned income credit. And that gives us negative $392. That means even if they hadn't had anything withheld for taxes, they'd have a refund coming. Now, these credits are both refundable, which means that you can actually get a refund of them even if you didn't owe that in taxes. Some credits are not refundable. Knowing the difference is something that you would learn if this were a tax prep course. All of the credits that we give you in a problem like this will always be refundable. So, their taxes owed is actually a negative number. They owe negative $392. What does that mean? Well, they've had $158 withheld. 158 is more than this negative number, so they're due a refund. The refund is just the withholding minus the actual taxes owed. So their withholding was $158. And then their actual taxes owed was this negative $392. So their refund is 158 minus the negative 392. So it's $550. It's more than they had in withholding because those tax credits made their actual tax burden negative. So we decided they used the itemized deductions because their itemized deductions were more than the standard deduction. We calculated their taxable income by subtracting their deductions from their gross income. Then we calculated their taxes owed, first by using the tax table, and then by subtracting the credits from that result. Their taxes owed were less than their withholding, so they're due a refund. The refund is their withholding minus their taxes due.